The Uncle Bill Show, starring Rainy Day and Uncle Bill, with special guest, Veronica John. Filmed on location in Uncle Bill's attic.
I don't know if you were here yet, Tristan, but I was walking around cleaning, right? Like trying to get everything set up for the show and whatnot. And I kept hearing this, I'm like, the hell? I'm like, I don't, because Sierra's downstairs watching Squid Game. I was like, I don't remember that scene in Squid Game. What the fuck is that? Then it gets really quiet up here and I just hear, I'm like, I was like, what the hell? And then I hear John laughing. I'm like, dude, what? And then I open up my computer and I've been streaming. I've been streaming since last night when I was like testing my cameras and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. If I ever decide to live stream or something, I'm gonna be that guy who forgets to turn his camera off before he starts jerking off.
Oh, man.
That is not good.
You'll probably be at best when Snoop Dogg just walked away from his stream and it was just 24 hours of nothing.
True. I really hope that's the case.
You were watching something and I could hear it. There was some guy laughing about like being introduced to Wookiees for the first time.
It was David Lynch. It's my favorite video of David Lynch where he was talking about how George Lucas asked him to direct Return of the Jedi. And he's like, oh, George asked me to go to meet him to do this. He's like, first thing he did is he took me upstairs in his house and showed me a Wookiee. I don't know what the fuck a Wookiee is. He was showing me all these animals, and then we went to go have lunch to talk about this Star Wars Episode 3. And then I found out that this restaurant only serves salad. Who eats salad? That being said, that's one of our things today is the great David Lynch passed away.
Yeah.
I was I had a friend down in Pittsburgh, an old guy. He fucking loved David Lynch. He was like he's like, mind you, he's like, I think he's in his 70s now probably. He's into all that like weird goth shit and like all sorts of weird shit you wouldn't expect from like a 70-year-old. But he showed me David Lynch's YouTube channel where every single day he does like a fucking like lottery roll. So it'd be like, he'll start up his camera and it's like really low quality and you'll have like one of those spinning cages with the balls in it, like the bingo balls. And you'll be like, today is Monday, January 6th, 2023. I'm rolling the lottery now. And you'll be like, 017. Today's number is 017. And then the video will just cut there. And he did those like every morning. With his fucking cockatoo hair. Anyway, yeah, so... Yeah, I was about to talk about that. So this... I was up all night setting this up. Because we were supposed to have another guest in the studio. Now we have no guest. Except, oh. Wait, I'm sorry, what's that? We do have a guest. Introducing Sugar Maple. Hello, I'm Sugar Maple. Yes, that's me. Hello.
So fucking foul.
She does have her hand on her hip.
Using... Oh, never mind. I thought that headset had a microphone. I'm using that. It was, you're cutting in and out a good bit.
You know why? It's because of this camera has built-in mic. So I'm going to switch that off here in a sec since I'm not using it. But I just wanted to bring Sugar Maple, and it's her official debut on the Uncle Bill show.
Are those her fucking arms?
Yeah, she's got her furry.
She's terrifying. Yeah, oh my god. Oh.
My creator said I'm beautiful.
I doubt that.
I built her to snowman standards because we are filming a scene for her later today, where she is his wife, the wife of Double A.
God, she looks menacing. That's good though.
I put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, it's nice.
The special celebrity guest today was supposed to be Bill Manspeaker.
Ooh.
Bill Manspeaker, the lead singer of Green Jelly.
Oh.
He said he was gonna rate my puppet, but this is his anniversary weekend with his wife, so we couldn't get him on, unfortunately.
That's kind of crazy though. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
You gotta have some like good well-rounded topics for a guy of that magnitude.
For sure. Hang on. Well, he wasn't. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it is on there. Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay.
Holy shit. A night and day.
I really hope that picked up on OBS. Okay. Here I am. Anyway. I'm scrambled today. I had so much going on. What was I talking about?
I don't know.
Anyway. Oh yeah. Bill was literally just gonna be like a cameo appearance because like I had a whole thing set up where he was gonna rate the puppet and do his own thing. Didn't want to keep him too long,
Yeah.
So I guess before we move into the topics, we got to do our mandatory fanfic.
Yeah, I sent you one in the general.
Oh, did you?
It's very short, but I liked the premise a lot. I found it.
I just saw the name and lost it. Daffy Duck murders his ex-wife.
Yeah. It's pretty, I don't know. I didn't read through it at all. I kind of got some details just based on like
Was there
narration versus quotation dialogue, I guess. But it seemed alright.
was Mrs. Daffy Duck ever a person?
I don't think so.
I guess we can have Sugar Maple
God.
narrate that part.
No, Mrs. Daffy Duck. Hold on.
QT stands for Quackadile Tears, and HBH stands for his bitter half. And also, fuck both those shithead Mrs. Daffy Ducks, and fuck that shithead Brat Wentworth too. Fuck them to bloody fucking bullshit hell. He's the angry video game nerd.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where's your camera, by the way?
Oh, I just have it off right now.
Oh, okay. Should we read Daffy Duck murders his ex-wife, or should we read a Wookiee-centric fan fiction since John's actually here for it?
Why not both?
Dude, do you want to do a double fan fiction today?
You know I'm all about those Wookiee fanfics.
Nice. Okay. Let's just I don't know. Where's the Wookiee one? We got a good one?
Well, we can look one up.
Yeah.
Well, how about we speed up this process and read about Wookiee relations?
You know what? Fine.
As a Wookiee, I vote against it.
What? Oh man. Okay, fine.
There are some things that are just meant for the privacy of a Wookiee's treehouse, you know?
Not gonna pretend I understand, but but I respect it. What about Daffy Duck murdering his ex-wife?
Yeah, why don't we do that one?
Alright, we'll do that one.
I didn't read any of this. I just fucking.
I'm gonna fuck up the voices though, because I don't know what the difference is between QT Daffy Duck and HBH Mrs. Daffy Duck. So I guess they're gonna have the same voices. And they'll be voiced by none other than Sugar Maple. Yes, I get to read some fanfiction, thank you.
Sugar Maple is the best name you could have given.
We came up with the name Sugar Maple because that was the name of the yarn that we used for her hair. And I was like, hey, that sounds like a good name for her.
Rated M for violence, blood, gore, lots of swearing, and very brutal deaths. This is fanfic 140. What's 140? I do not and never will own Looney Tunes. I'm almost positive.
Wait, did he say that in there?
Yeah, it says it at the top. It says it twice.
I am absolutely certain that I will never own Looney Tunes.
They just become the CEO.
Yeah, they just contact him and like, so do you want a job? He's like, no, I made a promise.
I promised my fanfic community that I would never.
I promised my fanfiction community I will never do anything good for myself. That includes accepting a job offer for CEO of Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be fucking nuts.
Yeah. I will stay in my mom's basement pissing in Coke bottles for the rest of my life.
I'm pretty sure one of them is broken and leaking, but I don't want to find out which one.
I don't want to take the time to figure out which one it is. It's just gonna stink.
I've got 3 rows against the back wall at this point. I don't.
It smells like I made bouillon chicken noodle soup.
Most of them are 2 liters. I don't want to do that. Oh god.
Alright.
Oh fuck.
Title says it all. Rated M for violence, blood, gore, Lots of swearing and very brutal deaths. Okay.
Daffy Duck murders his ex-wife.
His wives.
Ex-wife.
Oh, it does say wives.
We both just missed that, damn. The Mrs. Daffy Duck from Quackadile Tears stared up at the building.
Is this the place?
She turned to see the Mrs. Daffy Duck from his bitter half come up, followed by her son Wentworth.
Yes, it is!
Said Quackadile Tears Mrs. Daffy Duck. I'm gonna abbreviate those as he did. She noticed Wentworth. Why is he... Oh,
That's me. Or that's her, actually. Why is he here?
She asked.
I brought him because the letter said I received. Said I had to bring him too. She's also dyslexic, by the way, so take it easy on her.
HBH. HBH, Mrs. Daffy Duck said. And then...
I received a letter too.
QT, Mrs. Daffy Duck said.
But it didn't have the bring your child thing, unlike yours.
She added.
Well, it's the meeting place that the letter said.
HBH, Mrs. Daffy Duck said.
Just a shame the letters we received didn't say who wanted us to meet here. Only one way to find out.
Said QT, Mrs. Daffy Duck. The two Mrs. Daffy Ducks and Wentworth went into the building. Inside, the room was very dark, save for one spotlight. Under said spotlight stood their ex-husband, Daffy Duck. He turned around to see them.
Well, wasn't it nice of you to both accept my invitation?
Spelled accept wrong.
That was terrible. What is it you want?
Mrs. Daffy Duck said.
Something I call revenge.
Daffy said.
What does he mean by that?
HBH, Mrs. Daffy Duck said to QT, Mrs. Daffy Duck. Suddenly, a huge clamp grabbed Wentworth and dragged him over to Daffy Duck.
Oh, God.
Daffy Duck, getting an evil look in his eye, wielded some very sharp scissors and knives. Alright. Then Daffy Duck cut off Wentworth's legs, bent his arm, then fucking brutally ripped open his chest, pulled out all of his fucking organs, threw them all over the place, and cut off his head. Blood went fucking flying everywhere as he did that. Then once it was over, Daffy threw his fucking dead body down in front of the two gobsmacked Mrs. Daffy Ducks.
I don't want to listen to this. I don't like violence. But I guess I'm reading this. What the fuck have you done?
Screamed HBH, Mrs. Daffy Duck angrily.
How the fuck could you do such a nasty thing to an innocent child?
Snapped the other Mrs. Daffy Duck.
He was a fucking bullshit piece of shit!
Daffy screamed at her.
And you're despicable!
Both Miss Daffy Ducks were gobsmacked at such vulgar language.
You are despicable fucking shitheads! This is like an actual... like actual domestic abuse. You're a fucking cunt! You're fucking cunt. Everything I ever did for you, you fucking ungrateful bitch. Gerald, you're scaring me. You're scaring me. I don't fucking care. I will fucking kill you.
Holy shit, okay.
Looks over across the room in the corner. You did this. You ruined me and your mom's marriage.
John sitting there with a leg and arm missing.
Yeah. He has no idea what's going on. He's like 3 years old.
Jesus Christ. This is a real situation.
Yeah.
Then, Daffy Duck went fucking ballistic on the 2 fucking shithead Mrs. Daffy Ducks and started cutting them up with sharp knives, stabbed them, and generally hitting them. What does generally mean in that sentence?
Generally hitting them.
Fucking them up.
Just basically hitting them with his hand, essentially. Nothing specific.
Blood went fucking flying everywhere as he did that. The 2 Mrs. Daffy
As he
Ducks
did that
screamed
thing.
in bloody murder. Yeah, as he generally hit them pretty hard. Soon all that was left of the 2 fucking shithead Mrs. Daffy Ducks and Wentworth were a bunch of bloody cut-up, splattered remains and dead bodies.
Her jaw is agape. She can't believe what she's seeing right now.
Holy fuck.
Sorry. Serves you right, you fucking bullshit shithead bastards.
Daffy Duck shouted at the fucking dead bodies. Yeah, he then laughed evilly. Then he made his escape before the cops could get him. That's that.
Thanks for picking this one, Tristan.
That's it. No, the end.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Before the cops could,
I think I would have rather read about Padme having sex with Wookiees.
Oh my god.
I like to read romance novels.
That one wasn't romance.
Takes one dark hole to know that you prefer another one.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Is the angry video game duck?
This is just porn.
It's literature.
You get into it. Oh my god. You want to read up until
Have you ever read 50 Shades of Grey? It's a masterpiece.
I beg to differ, but okay. We should I don't know. You wanna read about Padme dying by Wookcock?
I don't know, does John want to read a paragraph with us?
No.
We could do one paragraph each. Come on, John.
No.
For not even for Sugar Maple? Ooh, I
You
do a
ever seen
dance.
the brother may I have some oats?
Ooh. Brother, may I have
May
some
I have
oats?
some oats? No. But I'm starving, brother. As am I, brother. But no, I don't want to read you my top secret Wookiee porn.
Yeah.
You've got to read your imagination because your viewers will be too horny if I actually read it.
I guess I will remain a depraved wife. I'll just read it in my spare time. Bye. Okay, bye, Sugar Maple.
Bye, Sugar Maple. Oh my god. That thing needs a muzzle.
She heard you. She's still here.
That's fine.
Anyway, that was Sugar Maple and Daffy Duck murdering his ex-wives. And and this is the Uncle Bill Show. Oh.
Q. Yeah,
The only show where you and you. And it's still apparently Christmas in my studio because...
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I wasn't gonna say anything. I almost left up my shit, and then I was like, oh.
I see Homer Simpson is no longer in his stocking.
Yeah, he's instead hanging out with Zach Hadel.
I love that the Japanese word for Rattata is Kurata.
Was that during Indigo League or after?
It wasn't like in the first game.
Oh, you're talking about the game. Okay.
It was probably in the anime too, which would also been the first.
Yeah, I can't remember. I only watched like Indigo League, and then anything after that I was just not into. It just seemed like they lost a lot of creativity. They had a Pokemon that looked like a ferret, and it was called Ferret.
It was Furret.
Its pre-evolved was Centret.
I'm pretty sure there was another Pokemon too
Ferret.
called Giraffe.
No, its name wasn't Giraffe. It's Giraffe-ring.
Okay.
Oh. Which is like not much better.
I guess Pikachu means electric rat.
If we're gonna talk about shit Pokemon, let's talk about Klefki. The literal keychain with keys.
Is that a thing?
Yes, are you hold on.
A keychain?
This is Klefki.
It literally is a keychain with keys on it.
Yes. That is Klefki.
What is his power? Keying your car?
You can
This is
never
steel
lock
type,
anything
you
up
know?
again.
It's really good at opening doors. Have you heard of Vanillite?
I'm assuming that's
What?
vanilla ice cream.
That is one of the worst.
It's just holy shit. It's so funny.
I see why they switched to god tier Pokemons. They need something to wipe out that fucking those Pokemon from existence.
It's Vanillite.
That
That's
is
evolution tree.
that is vanilla ice cream.
Yep.
He starts out as a little baby fucking Dairy Queen cone, and then he turns into an actual ice cream cone, and then he becomes a double scoop ice cream cone.
The Pokedex say something about them using their form to deceive small children and then killing them.
Well,
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what.
is that real? Is that an actual thing?
I'm pretty sure that's what Drowsy and Hypno do.
Oh yeah, no, Hypno's old Pokedex entries, I'm pretty sure, were just like
Did
about
Pokemon
children.
Pokemon literally lure children and kill them? We let our children watch that? Holy shit.
Holy fuck, yeah, no, it's really good.
To be fair, there was an episode of Pokemon that ended up putting like, what was it, 2,000 children in the hospital from seizures?
From epilepsy, yeah.
Yeah. Polygon?
Yeah.
Or what?
I forget what that was, but it was not great.
The most recent rendition of Polygon they used.
Porygon?
Or yeah, Porygon. Well, was it on the Switch? And it wasn't even a Porygon? It was rounded or something?
Porygon 2 and Porygon Z. They got different.
Yeah, Porygon Z, I think that's what it was.
The one that's like round. Actually, two of them are round. The one is just polygons, and then the other two are fucking, I guess, upgraded. I don't
So,
fucking know.
do you want to talk about the influence that David Lynch had on fucking turning PlayStation's marketing into like a horror show?
Yeah, sure. We're just talking about Porygon, but yeah.
I'm tired of
Yeah, we can
Porygon.
switch that. That's fair. Porygon is boring.
I just wanted to talk about
Porygon.
David Lynch this week because we lost David Lynch,
Yeah.
which is just crazy. I wasn't expecting to
in
lose.
power.
Of all the people that we could have lost this year so far, I was not
Jeez.
expecting David Lynch.
Yeah.
But you know how PlayStation's entire marketing, like I want to say all the way up to PS4, was like surrealist horror.
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Yeah,
No,
that's
not
so
even
good.
not even like the games, but like their advertisements for like PlayStation 2 or PS3. There was the baby one for I think PS3. It was like fucking freaky.
What?
Have you ever seen like the scary ass PlayStation commercials? Traumatized me
No.
as a kid.
PlayStation advert, mental wealth. Whoa.
How'd you not know the entire advertisement campaign for PlayStation was like horrifying? I remember being a kid and being like, how is this gonna make me want a PlayStation? This is scary.
This is some shite quality. Hold up. That's as high as it goes. What the fuck? What? Why was that an ad?
Right?
Yes, this makes me want to buy a PS3.
But
Oh, fuck. That's insane. Okay.
hang on, let
So
me
what about that though?
that just like became PlayStation's like entire advertising, and I want to say it all started because of David Lynch, because he made advertisements for the PlayStation 2. Here's one of them.
What the fuck?
It's like a surrealist fucking nightmare.
Also, this just came up.
What I learned about men, love and loneliness while being whoa.
Might want to cut that out anyway.
This is it was a whole series of commercials he did called The Third Place. Here is another one.
Welcome to the third place.
Dude, what the fuck? Why is it called the third
Everything
place?
that irritates.
Shut up. Why is it called?
I couldn't tell you.
That's that David Lynch aesthetic, man.
Yeah. R.I.P.
I just love PlayStation 2, the third place.
Yeah. The fucking duck. That was Daffy Duck after like
After he murdered his
yeah,
two ex-wives.
after he murdered his two ex-wives and chopped up his son, he ended up killing himself whenever he got surrounded by the police, and he went to hell, and that's the third place duck. That's Daffy Duck.
Awesome.
But yeah. R.I.P. David Lynch.
Yeah.
I think that ended up becoming the entire ad campaign for PlayStation was after that. It's like, yeah, this will make people want to buy PlayStation.
Yeah, we'll just deep dive into the horror element.
Yeah, I didn't understand it as a
Part of the
kid, but
Cleveland show.
the Cleveland show.
David Lynch was part of the Cleveland show.
No shit. Who'd he play?
What did he do here?
I remember.
Gus,
What?
the bartender.
I actually have I'll call it a gaslight of the week. It was more of just a prank than anything. So I was finishing up making sugar maple, right?
Mhm.
And I had to staple her dress to the sock, right? But when I put my hand in, the dress was too tight, so it like kept snapping off.
Right.
So what I did was I put sugar maple over my arm and then pulled the dress around it, and I told Sierra, I said I need you to staple this. So she was like going between my arm and the sock to staple
Did you
it.
make her think you
I turned it over like this so she could get the front. As soon as she clipped it, I was like, "Whoa!" She's like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm not helping you anymore." I'm like, "All right, well."
She had to have immediately known like he's fucking with me because you just do shit like that.
she thought she got me.
Oh god.
That was just a fun one. I was happy I got that in at 0 hour. Because we haven't done a gaslight of the week in a while.
I feel like that's not true though. We did one like 2 episodes ago. It feels like a while.
Nuh-uh.
I don't know. You edit these things, so you probably know better than I do.
I don't think we've done a gaslight since we were doing this without cameras.
That's not true.
Wait, when did the last one was when I said when she was listening to Attila, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I love Billy Joel."
That couldn't have been the last one.
That was the last one. I'm pretty fucking sure.
Also, I still think that's fucking baffling. Attila with Billy Joel.
Attila with Billy Joel on vocals.
God.
It's still just baffling that he was in a metal band in general.
Yeah.
That
was like hair metal, right?
I wouldn't say hair metal. It was more like whatever you would classify like Black Sabbath or Dio as. Heavy metal?
Gay metal.
Gay metal? Fucking gay, bro.
Oh god.
The Gaelic metal.
They had the hair down. They dressed as like medieval.
Yeah.
There's just 2 of them. It's just 2 guys. 2 gay guys. That's why it was gay. Okay.
You know what's really good that they should bring back? I mean, they've brought it back, but it's not as good anymore. But fucking Viking metal.
You probably find some good Viking metal these days. Anything's possible.
I went and saw Amon Amarath, however you pronounce it.
Oh, I've heard of them, yeah.
Raise your horns.
Amon Amarath.
Raise them up to the sky.
I know of them. I don't know if I've ever listened to them though.
I went and saw Healong when they were here too. They're sort of like metal, but it's like traditional metal. And there are many metal. They're all like traditional instruments, but the singing is metal as fuck.
Nice. I got my coworker put me in a position where I know way more about fucking metal genres than I do about my own like birth, and it's actually fucked. because I was like talking to him about Metallica.
I was a
And he's like,
C-section.
yeah, well, they like started to like do thrash metal, and then they just shifted to like yada yada. And I was like, what's the difference? And he's just like, well,
Oh,
you see
yeah.
this and this. And I said, okay. And he's like, all right, but that's actually more like tech metal. And I was like, well, what is that? He's like, so it's like tech. Okay, so technical death metal, and then yada yada. And I said, okay, that's cool. And he said, but then there's also like yada. And I was like, dude,
Are you talking about that?
it's all fucking.
There was like that
all
wave.
bad anyway.
There was like that wave of metal that fucking Papa Roach sold out and started doing it, where it's like techno kind of.
No,
what
no,
you're
no,
ta-
no.
Oh, okay.
Industrial
Tech
metal.
death is
Industrial.
like
That's what it is.
Industrial. That's like CK.
Well, that's goth. Industrial metal would have been like. Is that the same as
9 Inch
industrial
Nails.
goth? Yeah, 9 Inch Nails.
Post grind, hardcore, stoner, skate punk. Oh, I guess yeah, that's fair. Dude,
You don't know ska?
no, I love ska.
I was
I
gonna
actually
say.
used to really love ska. Oh, now I'm just kind of like, it's all right. I was like 14.
It's fun to listen to. It's fun to listen to when you're playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah, yeah. Any other time, it just makes me wish I was like
6 feet
dead
under.
already. Yeah.
No, there's like a bunch of different. There's Viking metal, like we just like fucking Manowar. You ever hear Manowar?
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking love Manowar.
No, I know.
Half an hour long.
What is it?
There's the one about Achilles that's like half an hour long. I love that one.
Fucking god.
There's a couple good Iron
It's
Maiden
called,
songs like that.
Achilles like agony in 8 parts or something.
I think I went to karaoke one time. This is years ago, and I wanted to do "Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner," and Shooter was like, "Yeah, that song's like 12 minutes long. We can't do that." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you're right."
Remember,
I wouldn't want to do that either.
I played Pink Floyd's Echoes in the bar at Sharky's.
Nice.
Like 5 minutes in, someone yelled, "John, did you fucking put this on?"
Oh. Awesome.
Favorite Pink Floyd album?
I was always a fan of Dark Side, but Animals gets me.
I don't listen to Pink Floyd. That's for pussy. No, I don't know. I don't really. I think The Wall was really cool.
I think The Wall was all right.
But it's just because I like, wasn't there a fucking movie or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in all, you're
like,
just
like,
another dick
a
with no
child
balls.
This is super unfortunate.
Was it the Wish You Were Here? I think Wish You Were Here was my favorite album, probably. I would say.
Yeah.
Was that the one that had Learning to Fly?
No, I think that's a newer song by them.
No. Well, I guess by newer that would be like early 80s, right?
I should have said like later era song. Well, they released some music not too long ago, didn't they? David Gilmour, I know they were on tour.
Oh yeah, you're right. They replaced their drummer, right?
I do love the Piper at the Gates of Dawn, like with when Sid Barrett was still with them. It's absolute madness. I've got a bike, you can ride it if you like. It's got a basket and bells and things that make it look good.
Dude, you want
there's one about a gnome.
Oh.
Let's see. You want a really cool song? It's technically an album, but it's a song.
Oh wow, it was from their 13th studio album, A Momentary Lapse of Reason. I didn't even know that. I thought it was the Wish You Were Here album. That was a good album though.
You know, There's an album called Mirror Reaper by Bell Witch. It's 2 songs. The first song is 48 minutes long. The second song is 35 minutes long. It is the slowest fucking tempo. It's very pretty. It's just like funeral doom metal. But it's really cool.
John sent me it was Quoth the Raven by what I can't pronounce that name. You probably can because you're Irish.
No, they're I think they're like Russian grain, something like that.
Oh, okay. I know it was.
I'm not even sure, to be honest.
I know it was that giant continent somewhere.
Illuvitate.
Alluvitai. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. I don't get into a lot of newer metal, but that one kind of slapped. Plus, I like Edgar Allan Poe.
Slaps hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Quoth the Raven, nevermore. Tapping at my rear door.
Okay. Holy shit, anyway. Oh.
It's just a poem about oh, it could be a poem about trusting a fart that might be shit. Tapping at my rear door. And it's just like there on the cusp, and you're like, I don't want to let this out just in case. I'll have to rewrite it.
It's just a poem. He's like, it's a poem specifically designed to convince people that he really did not want to fuck the Raven.
I mean it. I did. We were just friends. That's all it was.
It was just a really cool.
It was just a really cool bird. It was just. It was just my pet. Nothing happened. I swear to God, they're just making up lies.
Takes to Twitter. Okay, Shane.
Ye old Shane Dawson.
Edgar Allan Dawson. Shane Allen Poe? Shane Dawson Poe.
Edgar Dawson Poe.
Ed Shane Dawson Poe.
I feel like the internet, the entire internet, has just forgotten that the cat.
Yeah, let's bring it up for the 4th time on this podcast.
It's just a running joke on this show. We didn't forget about it. It's basically like 9/11. We never forgot.
History. Did Shane Dawson fuck that cat?
He said he didn't penetrate.
No way, dude. There's a song on Spotify.
Hell yeah.
I need to hold on. Somebody made an artist profile for Shane Dawson and made a song called I Fuck My Cat.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is awesome. The album I Fuck My Cat Still. The song is Ignore This. Oh, this is awesome.
I just saw something the other day. Fucking Jeffree Star. I was like, oh, people like him again?
The name I keep wanting to forget.
Yeah.
I really gave a shit about Jeffree Star.
Me neither. There was literally nothing actually appealing to it. The women only watched Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star and them because of Tea Talk, I guess.
I mean, I guess Jeffree Star had cool makeup palette.
Yeah. Tea Talk and makeup tutorials and shit.
Yeah. But other than that, it's just kind of whatever. It's not really a thing.
You know who
Okay.
Sierra's going to see in I think Pittsburgh?
Wait, let me take a wild wonky guess here. Owen Wilson.
No.
Um,
Owen Wilson. I
who's
would
the
go
other?
see Owen Wilson in Pittsburgh.
Who's the fucking? It's not Jeffree Star.
It's a female. At least I think it
Okay.
is.
I don't know, dude. Trisha Paytas.
Yep.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh God.
I was like, why?
Oh God. Isn't she? Well, I don't know anything. Maybe I'm stupid, but I thought she was like a horrible fucking person.
She is a horrible fucking person, but somehow she gets attention.
Well, yeah, but do we know that for sure? Why?
Because oh God, it's hard to get into. She's like, I feel like she's one of those types of people who hates taking accountability for being a shitty person and uses mental health to excuse it. Like that whole fucking blow up on Ethan Klein's show. That was it Frenemies?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot about
Yeah.
all of that.
And she's just
Holy
always
shit.
sucked.
Yeah.
I remember at one point she got a lot of attention just because, like, for the same reason that Jake Paul gets a lot of attention for being a shitty person.
Oh,
It's mostly just hate
yeah.
watching and
Yo,
shit.
that's like anything these days. People don't really care if they're getting good or bad attention. Just like the Hawk Tuah girl. They just decided like I can tell people hate this and I should probably just stop and I could make this flip and be funny about it and be like, haha, that was cringe, sorry. And then people might actually like her. But she just riding the hatred wave of like, I'm just gonna be the worst possible thing I can and piss everybody off.
She said, what is everybody hated for right now? Scamming people? Yeah, I should try doing that.
Yeah, let me do it. Dude, did you fucking hear? You probably already, this is probably a topic. Trump meme coin.
I didn't hear about that. What?
He just, okay, hold on.
Wait, is it his meme? Like he's promoting it?
He
or
announced it.
Oh,
Trump launches his own Trump meme coin.
it's because
prices soar overnight.
It's because of Elon Musk. He was like, "Hey, Trump, you should try this. It worked for me."
Dude, you want to do the coolest thing ever? Do a rug pull. Apparently, no. I watched CoffeeZilla's other channel, Voidzilla. He had like a little mini like whatever episode about like this is pretty new. He apparently like 80% of the shares are owned by like his team and then the rest are public. Which is just fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's insider trading, right? I'm still learning this shit, but that's insider trading,
Dude, I don't
trading,
know
isn't it?
about it. I don't know enough about it. I don't really give a fuck too much. It's just kind of
because
like,
that was the whole thing with Mr. Beast, is that he's like involved in a lot of insider trading. That's like an obvious scam.
Insider gating. I gotta figure that one out. It just keeps happening. No, yeah.
You should be mindful of using the word gay. We do have a Gaelic guest.
Yeah, that's true. Shit.
That could be offensive, sir. I'm sorry.
The other day,
I'm sorry, John. Please.
About how gay meant something different in 1994 when they were using it.
Yeah.
94.
Yeah, he was an older guy.
Yeah. This
like, man,
this old man who lived in 1994.
He was ancient.
It's practically rotting now. Yeah, no, that's why I love that though. When you listen to old music and they're like, it was just like the whole make the Yuletide gay thing. You know?
We all know that centuries before that, gay meant you are a Gaelic man.
Yeah.
from
A bunch of
the
gay men have showed up
from the lost
via
country
vote.
from the lost country of Galicia.
Gattaca.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, we're
Trump did launch a meme coin though. We're worried about it. That's about it. $72 billion overnight.
That's insane.
What the fuck is happening? Well, it's just weird because it's like, how do people? How do you look at a new coin unless okay? So one of the points
apparently
that
people have more
Mr.
money than they know what to do with.
Right. That's one of the points that Mr. Zilla brought up, though, is that like the only people that are profiting off this are
Mr. Zilla.
his team, and then the crypto bros who were there from like the absolute dawn of the coin, who bought in very early and are now like trading their way out, and got shares for like, you know, a really short price. Anybody that bought in like, you know, when it got announced is kind of boned. Because those shits are about to get, I don't know. You're putting so much fucking money into this shit.
I just
Oh, and then there's
realized
this
I've been
fucking
fucking max headroom this whole time because my chair is all the way to the floor.
Remember that? You remember that guy, the Max Headroom?
You mean the guy who hacked into the broadcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what max
That shit was
headroom
fucking
is,
stupid.
right? The original.
No.
Oh, it was like
No, I'm stupid as hell.
it was like a show or a movie from the mid to late 80s, like a short little Canadian thing.
Well, I knew it was a
Who
show.
the fuck?
I just like, what the fuck is it about?
I'm pretty sure it was the same guy who played Bowser in the
Oh my god!
in the
He did look
1994,
familiar.
yeah, the 94 Mario movie. I'm pretty sure it was
Matt
him.
Frewer.
Yeah.
Dude, yes. No, this is absolutely him.
Was he in the Truman
Dude.
Show?
I didn't see it
I think he was
on this list.
I was gonna say you didn't see Truman Show.
No.
So you went on a
That's one I
whole
actually
rant
do
about
need to
Truman
rewatch.
Show.
I need to rewatch that one because I missed a lot of it. I was on a plane when I watched.
I remember watching it at one point. Well, I think I was stoned or something, and I was just like, "The world is fake. The world is fake. It's just a projection."
I was so terrified of watching that movie for the longest time.
There are some movies like, fucking, like I would sit down and watch fucking Jacob's Ladder with you now, but for the longest time, like I watched it once, and for the longest time, I was like, I'll never watch it again because it gave me such a fucking existential crisis.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. I need to just watch that. I need to just sit down and watch that by myself and like really let it envelop me so I can go through what you went through.
I can guarantee you don't want to go through that. I remember walking around Pittsburgh in the middle of the night. Just fucking not that same story that I told you before.
Yeah, I was gonna say
not that one.
Is this that night?
My old neighborhood where I lived. And I just remember walking around for like 2 hours at a time every night because it's like I need to walk and get some air, and I'm freaking the fuck out. Because I've never actually experienced like anxiety or depression on that level until after I watched Jacob's Ladder, and I was like, I don't feel right now. What's wrong with me?
Oh, awesome! I'm a Vietnam veteran who begins having demonic visions and hallucinating in his waking life. I'm excited. Okay.
Careful, don't get into spoilers, because like.
No, I don't want to. I really don't want to spoil, like, I don't like spoiling anything for myself unless I know I'm not gonna watch it, but I really don't wanna. It just sounds good. I like a really good,
You know what's
like,
wild is
psychological
he was never credited, but Macaulay Culkin was in there.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is right around the same
Crazy.
time he did Home Alone, so he's like a little kid.
It's fucking wild.
Hmm.
Was he like what? Was he a lead role?
No, he was just the main character's kid who made like maybe 2 or 3 appearances through the whole movie. He's like barely in there. But
Didn't you tell me they remade Jacob's Ladder?
they did in like 2009, and I saw it. I saw it at Walmart. I was like, "Oh shit, no way, Jacob's Ladder!" And I picked it. I was like, "Why is it on the very bottom shelf, like down here for like $4?" And I pick it up. I'm like, "Wait, Jacob wasn't black." And I turn it over. And I'm like reading all the details. I'm like, "Oh god, this is a remake. This can't be good."
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Fuck no.
Okay, well.
You know what I also haven't watched that was produced by Carol Co., the same company that did Jacob's Ladder?
Huh.
Total Recall.
Oh.
They remade Total Recall. I remember seeing the previews for that on...
Gross.
It might have been on my fucking Terminator Salvation. I think it was on the Terminator Salvation DVD, the previews for the Total Recall remake, and I'm like, this looks like dog shit, even from the previews. Because like, where is this taking place? It looks like it looks like it's like a Blade Runner setting almost, but they're running away from like giant robot police and shit, and using grappling hooks. From what I remember from it, it's been a while since I watched that preview.
Sick.
And I'm like, this is not Total Recall, and I'm never going to watch this. Anyway, how did we get into that?
I don't know. Trisha Paytas or some shit.
Yeah, Trisha Paytas sucks. Anyway. Oh yeah, so I also mentioned that Bill Manspeaker was supposed to come on briefly.
Yeah.
He probably will at some point, but one thing I wanted to talk about that I kind of got really excited about is he just did a movie with our favorite Pennsylvania cryptid.
What?
Our favorite cryptid that you can spot in the Pennsylvania woods. Possibly having
squall?
Withdrawals. No, Bam Margera.
Oh my god, I forgot.
He just did
Wait, did he really?
He just did a movie with Bam Margera, apparently. He was advertising it.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was like, oh, dude, that's sick.
He has an AMA on Reddit.
Bam?
No, Bill Manspeaker.
Oh.
3 years ago, he posted an AMA. Then it's over. But
he's really open. Like I literally.
Yeah.
I was helping do like sound and shit because so my mom's boyfriend's band was opening For Green Jelly one night. So naturally, whenever they do a show, I'm usually doing like the sound and everything for everybody. And that's how I met Bill Manspeaker, because he was like making his puppets and shit over by the bar. And we just like got to chatting, and then after that, like we just fucking talk about anything. He got me through some hard times, sir. For fact, it was during that night in Pittsburgh that I told you about before. That fucking 6 hours. Yeah,
Williams one night in Pittsburgh.
He got a hold of me and he got me through those tough times. He's a cool dude.
What a man.
What a man and a speaker.
Did a movie with Bam Margera. That's gotta be crazy. Oh, we did listen to Bam's fucking diss track. Oh my god.
Okay, Tristan, are you ready for a
Conspiracy of the Week?
Didn't even have a conspiracy of the week, but it looks like we lost John. Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
there he is. Howdy.
I didn't have a conspiracy of the week, but I just found some quarters on my desk. Who is that?
Bugging out.
That's George Wash. That's Thomas. That's I don't actually know, to be honest.
Hey, John, do you remember who's on the quarter?
John Madison. No.
John
What the fuck is his name?
Is that Ben
It is
Franklin?
Washington.
No, Washington is on the nickel.
Did he? Okay.
Maybe his internet's bad. Hey, you all right over there, John?
Technical difficulties.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. No, Tristan, I used a different N word. Don't look so shocked.
Oh my god. Okay. No, it is fucking. It's Washington. George Washington.
This is not George Washington.
On the quarter?
Yeah.
D. Roosevelt is on the dime. George Washington is on the quarter.
Yeah, Franklin D. Roosevelt is on the dime, not Washington is on the nickel.
Oh my god. Thomas Jefferson is on the fucking nickel.
No way. What the fuck?
That's George Washington. That was right for the I sat there and said it's George Washington, and I was like, maybe it's not, because I thought he's on something else. He's on the $1 bill, right?
George Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lincoln was on the 5.
Okay, I'm not fucking stupid.
And then what's his face who jingles when he walks? He was on the 20.
Is that
Yeah,
John Adams.
John Adams.
Hamilton is on the 10.
Well, I just noticed this.
I don't know anything about my
So apparently that's George Washington, I guess, right?
Yeah. That not apparently, it is.
This quarter is from 1985. This quarter was made last year. That's not the same person.
Yes, it is.
Conspiracy of the week is that they're trying to
They're trying to replace George Washington in
Yeah, I was trying to think of a word. I almost said whitewash, but that's not the right word. It's the same concept. It's the same concept as whitewashing, but removing our forefathers from the currency, or at least their image that we're used to, so that they can I guess elite wash history,
I guess.
globalist wash history,
Yeah.
so that
Whitewashing-
younger generations won't understand the history of this country, and they'll just be too stupid to fight any unconstitutional laws.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a conspiracy that
It's not a conspiracy, it's just true.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
They already got us saying Native Americans. That one's actually wild, because I remember you getting on me being like, well, you said Columbus called them Indians because he thought he was in India.
Yeah.
That's not true. You know that, right?
Apparently not. I was just learning about
They taught us that in school, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's why I said it, because they fucking gave me the information. I said, "Huh, did you know?"
Yeah. India
I look like
India
a
wasn't
fucking jackass.
India wasn't the name of the country though.
No.
It was
What the fuck
Hindustan.
was it? Yeah, something stupid. Let me see.
Hindustan, hence the name Hindus.
Hindustan.
Hindustan. Hindustan Hoffman.
Hindustan. Dustin. Hindustan.
But the actual name Indian was Latin for people of God. Why you called them Indians.
Yeah, that's wild actually. I don't realize still fucking teach this shit.
Oh, dude, they changed a lot of shit now too.
History's weird. Well, okay, so I just learned like yesterday that, and they still teach this in modern history books, is that 1865 is when, Juneteenth, last slave was freed. That's not true. The last slave was officially freed in like 1942.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there were people like still had slaves even after it was abolished.
Because because they abolished the new slavery from happening.
Yeah.
But they didn't incriminate like having slaves, you know?
Right, they didn't they weren't
there was
like,
some weird loopholes
hey,
in the fucking
yeah. They just don't want you to, that's another conspiracy. They don't want you to know that there were loopholes, so they're covering them up. Because if you can point out loopholes, you can point out corruption. Government corruption, like the fucking health insurance. I have some news for that one. So you remember the last time we were on here, we were like those fucking LA fires had just started.
Yeah.
And we didn't didn't know anything about it really because even Bill was like, "Oh, nothing's going on here."
Yeah.
Sure enough, Vito was up there like filming during all that. So it is very real. But here's what's also really fucked up. So I was looking into it because I was like, this is really weird to be happening like right after the health insurance deal. But something in my brain correlated the two. I guess it's easy to do when you live in America. It's very easily to correlate two tragedies.
Yeah.
Not that the CEO being shot was a tragedy. That was awesome. But
yeah.
So I ended up looking up fire insurance in LA, and you know what I found?
They fucking didn't they like cancel
a whole article about how State Farm canceled all the fire insurance policies in LA, that LA area, like where the fires are affected. They canceled thousands of policies right before the fire started.
Yeah.
It's all insurance, man.
Yeah,
it's not just health insurance. It's all of them.
No, that was like a huge fucky thing. Cuz they also took all of their fucking firefighters and repositioned them away from the fires.
Yeah. It's just like it's just like when those fires happen in Hawaii and they took all the firefighters and put them around Oprah's house.
Yeah, literally. Like, oh god, protect the...
She's like, not saying anything's happening tomorrow, but just in case Hawaii gets set on fire, I should have all these firefighters and security around my house.
So fucked. Yeah. Dude, their whole job is to fight the fires.
And then The Rock, who's worth like billions of dollars probably, was like, you guys should give us money that we can give to Hawaiians.
I want
what, me give them money? No. But you should donate.
You have.
It means
how
more
many
coming. It means more coming from poor people because think about the impact. You're risking eating to help these people. I could give them
Yeah,
money,
it's
but it wouldn't be as impactful if I did it because it's not a risk.
right. That's so fucked. Dude, it's actually so fucked too because it's like why like the amount of like I understand fundraisers for certain things.
I don't believe in fundraisers if people who are worth millions of dollars are the ones funding it. Or
We
not
have
funding it, asking for
billionaires.
the funds, I should say.
We have billionaires, Will. They can comfortably donate millions of dollars to these causes. And they just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do
They
that.
just ask you for money.
Why do you have millions and billions of dollars?
That's like
if
what's
you're
her
just not gonna
face?
use it?
What was her name
If
from
you're just gonna use it
Charmed?
to buy Twitter. Who? What?
Who was that chick from Charmed? And she did those for 25 cents a day you can feed an African
Oh my
child.
god, you're right. That is her.
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
She also played John Matrix's daughter in Commando too, which is crazy because she was like 5 years old or some shit.
Oh yeah, she was in Commando.
Yeah. That was like her first role. But yeah, it was like she's like for 25 cents a day you can feed a starving African kid some rice. And that'll keep their bellies full for a day. Just send more money. And it's like, why don't you? You're in Charmed.
Yeah.
That show was pretty phenomenal for the time. For 2003
Yeah.
standards, it was a pretty big deal.
Good lord. Right. Like, oh my god, the amount of it's just there are people with so much money they can do more than this isn't a new concept either. We're not breaking grounds here. Like this is a people
Fuck, who are the only people that like are worth money have actually donated their own money to foundations? George Lucas, Mia Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, even Jeff Bezos. You know what was wild is it was a COVID relief fund, right? When COVID first started happening, I think it was either COVID relief fund or it was like a hurricane relief fund, and Jeff Bezos donated like I think it was like a couple $1 billion, million or billion or something. It was a good chunk of money, even though he's worth more than that. That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's relevant, but not to Ethan Klein apparently because he was on the H3 podcast. He's like, "Oh, Jeff Bezos only donated $2 billion. He's worth more than that. He can do more than that. What the fuck? What a greedy scumbag!" And it's like he's like, "I'm donating lots of money too, therefore I'm better."
No, I mean, to an extent, he has a point. Like the absolute surplus of funds that these motherfuckers just keep in stock and don't like, you know, use for the betterment of the world is
I would probably
insane.
defend it more if he was using the money that he didn't donate to the fund to actually pay his employees a reasonable wage. Give them a bathroom
Right.
break, maybe.
Yeah. But you know.
Wasn't that a whole thing where Amazon workers had to piss in a bottle?
Was that a thing?
Oh yeah, that was a thing. Amazon workers had to piss in a bottle because they weren't allowed to have bathroom breaks.
It auto-filled. Amazon workers, particularly delivery drivers, resorting to urinating in bottles due to the pressure of meeting tight delivery schedules. Not dangerous, it's not unsanitary. Urine does not contain bacteria, and assuming the worker has reasonable aim, the urine will stay confined entirely in the bottle. Sorry, dude. It's just okay. Documents show Amazon is aware drivers pee in bottles.
Is John
I
still
pee
with
in
us,
bottles.
or
Can I
did
get a lot?
his?
I'm here
Okay,
No.
you're just like.
listening to you guys talk about pissing bottles.
Do you want to add to the conversation about pissing in bottles?
I don't have much to add.
Oh God.
It's okay. I'm not
Sounds like
pressuring
you guys got it on lockdown.
Okay.
You know all there is to know.
We know everything about pissing in bottles. I know about pissing in Pepsi cans. We had a conversation about that one time.
I told you about my old setup in my room, right? Where it was just a mattress on the floor and then garbage everywhere. Like literal trash and
I
pee bottles.
had a pretty good gaming setup, so like basically I cut a hole in my old chair. That's why I had to dig this one out of the trash, because like I needed a new chair. So I wanted to be a little more
Yeah.
professional, but like I didn't really use the bathroom often, so I cut a hole in a chair. And there was like one hole for pooping and one hole for peeing, and I kept the bucket like right underneath me. And I would usually go dump that whenever I was finished gaming.
There's no way.
No, not actually.
I was gonna say.
There are people who do that though.
Like
It's fucking foul.
Yeah, it's like bedpans, and then they just fucking. Oh, I have to poo poo ways. Yeah. The fires are raging. The insurance has been pulled. The
Yeah.
firefighters are relocated. Mark Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan again.
I didn't watch it, but I saw that pop up in my feed. I was like, bro, he is on a roll just trying to, like grift.
It's so funny because every comment on that episode, because I watched like half of it, every comment was just like, just a complete, like, every single person there shitting on Zuck for just not knowing how to run shit, and then backtracking like consistently.
Facebook is getting flooded with like, there's some memes that are like, okay, I can see why that's funny, because like it'll be a meme of like a news article and it says Mark Zuckerberg is a cannibal or some shit like that. And it's like, well, he got rid of fact checkers, so here we go.
Yeah, we can just do whatever we want now.
But then there's other like really extreme people who are like, oh, we need like absolute complete censorship.
Which, no, you don't.
No.
You just need to use your common sense.
Yeah. It's actually terrifying to me how many people want censorship.
It's just because they don't want to have to like take
time to research it themselves.
That, and it all, like, a lot of it boils down to what their children are gonna see, but it just, for them, it goes down to, I just wanna be able to let my kids sit on their fucking iPad and not supervise them instead of having to actually watch them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I hate that, like, parents, especially, I mean, it was a thing when we were kids too, like, because that's why South Park made that whole movie, was to criticize an actual mob of angry mothers who wanted to censor television because they're like, oh, our kids are gonna see this. It's like, don't show it to them, or don't let them.
Literally.
But like now it's even more brain dead, because it's like you don't have to have your fucking 2-month-old sitting in front of an iPad while you're out getting fucked by new dad this week. It's like you could have him doing something productive. You could be a parent.
Yeah, you could actually sit and take the time to, like, the thing you signed up for where you had that child, it's not just kind of, it's not just you have a kid now and you just gotta make sure it's fed and goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you are raising a thing. You have to make sure it.
Dude, I've had times where I've had to babysit. I've had to babysit multiple kids, or I'll go to my brother's place and I'll like, hang out with my nieces and nephews or something, and like not once will I pull out my phone or anything, and we'll just sit there and play. Like this past Christmas, I was over at my brother's, and I sat there for 2 hours with my niece playing with this fucking uh potion set she got for Christmas. It was like water that you mix dye in and put some like fucking glitter in it, and then you just put it in a bottle, and it's a potion. She was fascinated by it, and I'm like, this is really fucking fun for some reason. And we just sat there and did that for 2 hours. It's not fucking hard to not be like, hey kid, by the way, check this out. This is iDubbbz. You know?
You want to watch Sam Hyde?
Right.
And iDubbbz?
Pay very close attention to that word that starts with an N. Here you go.
Oh my god.
You know?
Yeah.
But
no, you straight up, like, just because you see something on the internet doesn't mean your kid has to see it. You just have to be like, yeah, I'm just not gonna let my child go on the fucking internet unless it's supervised or I have some restrictions set up.
Oh god. I mean,
Eventually
the damage
they'll get old enough to be like, I know how to bypass this, and then at that point you can't really do much at all. But
the
it's like,
damage was already done when I saw like fucking the whole body modding craze and best gore and shit like that when I was a kid. But by the
Oh
time
my
my
God,
mom
yeah.
figured out how to put restrictions on computers, there was absolutely
That's
no
fucking
way I
computers
could.
are done.
There was absolutely no
Yeah.
fucking way I was able to see that shit.
Yeah.
But like I said, the damage is already done because I was exposed to it when I was before she figured out about fucking blockers and shit. But
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is have like a family computer, and then just not have any sort of restrictions on it.
yeah,
Best believe that kid
well, that's how
on
my
a cool
cousin's
summer
place
night while you're
was.
sleeping down is just gonna sneak downstairs and start researching fucking dead people.
Dude, the worst me and my cousin could do was watch fucking stick figure randomness episodes 1 through 8
Oh
on
my
YouTube.
Amen, brother.
Yeah,
Those were the days.
those were the days, and it was fun.
Yeah.
But like, if it ever
Well,
came to something where like, whatever fucking McAfee protection, whatever, was like, oh yeah, there's probably something way too inappropriate on here. Like, you know, some things that had some like foul language or whatever, but it never got like really bad because those restrictions kept me from seeing shit like, I don't know, fucking sticking fishing hooks through someone's nipples or something.
Right.
But then again, I got to see
Or-
Steve-O do that on TV also.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's another thing too. TV, like, again, you don't need everything to be censored. You don't need there to be, because there's gonna be horrid shit out there anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless of censorship, it's probably because Japan has a worse problem where they censor porn, and it creates like an even crazier problem where people are now like,
Very
I don't know,
depraved.
yeah, like, and I can't fully speak on that because I don't know enough about that.
It goes
that
two
realm.
ways. Like,
Oh.
either you're not seeing this shit for a long time and like, well, I'm gonna walk outside and probably somebody because I'm so depraved. You're either that, or you're like fucking, I don't know, resorting to Sonic porn.
Yeah.
You're either depraved.
man.
You're either depraved or you're a deviant.
Mm-hmm.
I choose the middle ground.
Yeah. That's fair, man. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, no, you don't need censor. You just need to be a fucking parent. You don't
Yeah.
want to like restrict things. Keep your household under control.
That's a big
your
thing,
child,
like-
if it goes over to somebody else's house and their kid shows them some shit, that's, I don't know. We're in a weird era right now because nobody knows how to handle the fucking internet. Nobody should. It's fucking weird.
Dude, the
But, like-
90s was even rough too because like we had like such good cartoons and shit. But like there were fucking hippies and moms protesting violence in cartoons. It's just like, dude, what's the fucking I'm not watching this as a kid and thinking, oh, you know what's gonna be funny if I smash my friend's head so it's like a noodle, and I'm not
I
gonna
remember the
shove.
like violence craze. My
Yeah,
mom was affected by that too. She was like, she didn't like us watching violent cartoons because she was like, it's just not good for your brain. You guys are gonna start doing stupid shit. And I was like, dude, I watch wrestling. And like,
not my mom.
I'm not gonna suplex my brother through a table.
My mom
I know
put
it's all smoke and mirrors.
my mom turned on South Park just so she could spend time with us.
That's fucking wild.
She's like,
Holy
well, I
shit.
want to spend time with my kids, so I guess I'll watch South Park so I can actually be occupied or something. My dad hated that. My dad was the one who was like, she exposed them to Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh, and now they're singing it. This foul language.
Oh.
I think later on in life, my dad kind of mellowed out, and he's like, "Well, this stuff is kind of funny. I can see why you like it."
I think that's insane that that's your dad. That was your dad versus now. Like
Yeah,
super uptight versus.
dude, super uptight.
He just seemed so lax when I met him.
Yeah, he just
Ugh.
yeah, he just kind of stopped giving a shit about a lot of
Yeah.
things. Oh, dude, he hit me with a weird curveball the one day, um, that I never would have expected because I think I told you we grew up like Roman Catholic
Mhm.
because my dad was Roman Catholic, right? So yeah, he was super super like uptight with that shit, like by the book, by the great book, the holy book.
Yeah.
Um, and then one day he just hits me with like, yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I really was only Catholic my whole life because I wanted something to make me feel comfortable with death.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he
That's
started going on a tangent about that. He's like, I don't want to face the reality that it's just lights out when I die, so I just like cling on to something that, like a higher power or whatever. I think that's just what was wrong with me. And I'm just like, that's really weird to hear from the guy who used to hit me with the Bible if I ever cussed.
Was that part of it too? No, that was just for my own personal gain.
Yeah. No, it's just because I was
I just
angry.
liked hearing you squeal. Oh man, that's fucked. God,
Yeah. No, it
that's
was really weird.
a heavy,
It was a
heavy
heavy one.
pitch.
Yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
like
I think that's why a lot of people like buy into religion is because it's comforting. But to hear that from a dude who like your whole life, yeah,
for me, I went Buddhist because I'm like, I'm not giving my life to a higher power, so I'm not gonna end up a fucking schizophrenic. And
okay,
in the end, I can at least die happy knowing that I'm good. I can be excellent to each other and party on,
yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
That's what Buddha
I think I'm
said.
still figuring out what I actually
That's what Buddha said. He
like
said, "Be
care about.
excellent to each other. And party on, dudes."
Be excellent to each other. Be totally excellent, man.
Excellent. Um,
He was just fucking tying himself off and
but yeah,
shooting
no, that
them.
was a weird one because like the, that was a big deal in the '90s. It was always moms. It was like it was usually the dads didn't really give a shit. Like, yeah, whatever, watch them,
Yeah.
let them watch it. I watched it. Um, but it was always the moms were like super overprotective over their kids, so they would try and like push censorship on television. It's like, well, you shouldn't be like letting them watch like really fuck shit in the first place. And also, fucking Tom and Jerry isn't going to turn your kid into a serial killer. you know?
Right.
But for me growing up, it was my dad, and it was also my stepdad because, oh my god, fucking Ren and Stimpy came on. Like, this is, like, old school Nicktoons, like, in the '90s and shit. Um, and fucking Ren and Stimpy came on, and my mom's like, "Oh, yeah." And my stepdad was like, "No, they're not allowed to watch it. It's violent and has sexual themes and blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "It's a
Damn.
it's a chihuahua and a cat. I don't know." I didn't pick up on the themes of it. I only recently picked up on some, like, really dark shit about, 'cause I was watching this whole thing about John Kay, like, the controversies and shit surrounding him. That's the guy who made,
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
So, like, it started with, because I don't know if you've watched Ren and Stimpy, like, how by, like, I wanna say the 2nd or 3rd season, it kinda took, like, a really big tonal shift.
I haven't watched all the way through it or anything. I've just
So,
seen episodes.
probably the last season of Ren and Stimpy was a lot different from the first couple seasons, where, like, the humor didn't really seem as dark. It was just kinda, it was the same characters, but they were off doing stupid shit that you'd see any other cartoon character do,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
The themes were very different. And that's because John Kay got fired from working on his own show because he was very, like, like, I want to say abusive toward his toward his employees, like his artists and shit, but he was very OCD about, like, frame by frame everything has to be perfect, and everything that he writes, he had a connection for, like, through the FCC or something. Some chick he was like, I think he was like dating her or something, and he would usually use her to be like, "Hey, get this past the censors for me." To the point where
Oh my
she
god.
to the point where she was like, "Yeah, I," she's like, "I love you, but I can't keep doing this for you because if I let this one slide, we're all fucked." Because it was the John Licker episode, which, you probably never seen it unless you have the DVD, because it's the lost Ren and Stimpy episode.
How's it on the DVD?
Uh, Nickelodeon probably stopped giving a shit at some point. It was just like, well, people are gonna say, well, people did end up seeing it. I'll get into that. But
Oh.
it was a really fucked episode where it was like, it was this guy adopted Ren and Stimpy, and he was just like, I think there were themes in there, like, it wasn't like on the nose like he is an alcoholic, but there were, like, certain, like, hints toward it, and he ended up
I
being
think I know what
like,
you're talking about.
yeah, he was, like, abusing them and shit, and then it was,
Yeah.
like, way too fucking dark, and then they were like, "We can't air this." And John Kay was like, "Fuck you. This is my show. It's going to be seen whether you like it or not." So what ended up happening was a lot of people were seeing this episode of Ren and Stimpy that Nickelodeon specifically banned from going on air. And they're like, how are people seeing this? Turns out what John Kay did was he put it on a VHS tape and then started circulating it around, like, New York City.
What?
Yeah. Like,
Oh my
without telling
god.
Nickelodeon. So Nickelodeon fired him because of that. And
That's
then you watch, like, even the shows that did make it on air, you see a lot of the themes where, like, it'll be like this man, like, this big fucking, like, muscular man is supposed to be like a dad figure, but he's also terrifying, and he intentionally made it, like, really terrifying and made, like,
Yeah.
the main characters very small in his presence, you know?
Yeah.
He made it that way because I guess he was, reflecting his, like, abuse from his dad onto his show.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't until like 2017 or something that he finally made amends with his dad because he got caught in some kind of like it was during the Me Too movement, and like some chicks that used to work for John Kay when he was on Ren and Stimpy came forward about some sexual abuse allegations or shit. And then he ended up doing this whole like, you know, I guess therapy and everything, and then he ended up like getting a hold of his dad to make amends because he felt some kind of way that he never really talked about because he's like, oh yeah, that's just how I was raised.
Jesus Christ.
Was kind of like a child abuse apologist because he just thought it was normal.
That's yeah. Oh, it's just
There's
what I went through.
I'll have to
so it's
send it
kinda
to you. There's a
like-
whole documentary about it. I'll have to send it to you.
That's
It was
fucking nuts.
pretty fucked. But
Jesus Christ.
I guess while we're on sexual abuse allegations,
Okay, hold on. Where's this going?
we can get into the big topic of the week that I forgot to bring up last time.
Yeah. What do you got?
Cody does not know how to say no. Or what no means. I'm sorry. Cody doesn't know
Yeah.
the meaning of the word no. Even now, Cody does not know the meaning of taking accountability. Because I don't know if you've seen, but Cody Co finally responded.
Did he?
He finally responded.
Did he really? When did this happen?
What a fucking joke. So it was a video of him vlogging himself doing like a 8-mile run or some fucking shit. Because he just came out of the blue with this video of him jogging, and he's just like, yeah, so this is something I want to do. I want to start jogging and exercising and getting in good health and vlog it. And then he spent like, I think this is like a half-hour long video or something, or 26 minutes or something. I think it was 26 minutes. And then he spent probably 10 seconds going over those allegations. And verbatim, what he said was, I don't hold it against you guys for feeling this way against me or about me. It's okay.
What?
He spent 10 seconds saying, I forgive you for not liking me because of these allegations. So now it's our fault. It's our fault for not liking Cody Co.
Hate. Oh my god.
It has to be the worst apology ever. I didn't even see Critical say anything about it, which is insane because you would think this would be right up his alley. Like, it's worse than Colleen Ballinger. That is worse than Colleen.
Didn't he cover the initial like issue?
He covered like the allegations that came out from, what was his name? The guy who called it out. He covered that. He covered like the allegations, like talked about the allegations that had come out. But I don't think he made a video about his response, which the fact that, you know, we went out of 2024 with a Cody Co response is wild.
Dude, okay, so that's the thing is like that was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He just barely made it.
Yeah, it was at the end of 2024. And it's just the fact that it was like a 26-minute long video and he spent 10 seconds to bring up the allegations just to say, I forgive you for not liking me about this.
Hold on.
Yeah, you can bring it up if you want to watch it.
Yeah. I need to see this because
It's time to really commit to this. I'm gonna have to commit to this training schedule, and I'm gonna have to commit to potentially losing some weight so I can get faster. And the whole thing just scares me. But I want to vlog it. I want to vlog the whole process, just like I did for Iron Man. Being creative, doing this type of thing, and putting it out there. It's just
On
in my
pause.
DNA. I need to do it.
I just have to say that, apology aside, it's just wild that he went silent for that long during these allegations just to come out with like this innocent video about him vlogging his running or jogging or whatever.
His fitness journey, yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, hey guys, look what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Yeah, what a cool thing.
But yeah, let's get on to the apology.
And so I'm gonna do it. Obviously, I understand I've been offline for months, haven't made videos for that whole time, and
At least he acknowledges it.
Opinion of me has potentially changed over the last few months. I spent the first half of my career criticizing people and judging people online, so I don't begrudge your judgment of me by any means. I just think all I can do right now and moving forward is just try to be the best person I can be for myself and for my family, and just try to continue putting the best shit out there that I can.
You can stop it there. That's where it ends.
So that's what I'm gonna do. And if you stick around to watch it, I very much appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, truly. And so that's the plan. 3:30 marathon in March, hopefully.
What?
That was it. That was the apology. He's like, yeah, I spent a lot of time in my early career criticizing people online, so I don't hold a grudge against you for criticizing me. For what, Cody? Well, for criticizing you for what? You wanna at least say what we're criticizing you for?
What is happening?
I don't begrudge you
God.
for having those opinions about me.
I totally get it. But that's the plan. I'm gonna run a marathon.
I think
go fast.
I think he saw all the YouTubers having to take accountability for fuck shit this past year and was like, I'm gonna wait till the end of 2024 to get the absolute worst apology in of the year.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's not an apology. That's just I get it.
It wasn't even I get it. It was I
It wasn't even
hold
an
it.
We can't even say this is about what we think it's about because he didn't acknowledge what happened or anything. He just like, yeah, I used to judge a lot of people, so like, if you do that to me, then yeah, I had it coming. What?
I wouldn't even say it was that. It was just like it sounded more like, yeah, your opinions are horse shit, but I'm not gonna hold any grudges for it.
Oh my god. Dude really is a child rapper and then just didn't apologize for it.
Child rapper. What a what a way to phrase that.
It's fucking insane. I don't know how to move on from this because this man.
I intended to talk more about it, but like it's still so shocking to
What
hear
the
it.
fuck?
And I don't even know what to say now because
Oh my god.
how is that how is that your apology? It's probably
fucking vlogging his training. 5 days ago he posted some shit on his vlog channel.
That video you pulled up was just a segment where he apologizes too. And
Yeah, no,
how much of that was like maybe
video.
10 seconds of the apology. The whole video itself was like 26 minutes long. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't know what to make of this. Dude, what the fuck? You can't just to say like, yeah, that was a really fucked up thing I did. Sorry, I don't
He
know
didn't even
was
say that.
wrong
He
with
didn't
me.
acknowledge what it was.
Yeah, he could have. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he's still gonna be fine. About a year from now, everybody's gonna forget about this, and he's still gonna have he's got 5.74 million subscribers. He's going to be perfectly fine.
That's insane.
Well,
Well,
that sucks.
I guess if we're getting away with just saying or doing heinous shit and people just forgetting about it, I'm gonna say the N-word.
Okay, please don't. That's okay. Can I talk about the so
Can I talk about my use of the N-word? Just so I can just so I can get it out of the way and just like kind of admit to it and get ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Before somebody
so I
else
don't get
calls it out.
canceled later in life.
Yeah. That way when
No, it's
somebody
just,
calls it out, I can be like, "No, I talked about it, see?"
You know, like super edgy dudes who like think you have to be like allowed to say everything because they're just words.
I
And it's
agree
just, like
with it to an extent.
to an extent, but it's also like that
I don't agree
everybody's
with
just a bunch of fucking pussies and they gotta lighten up because it's just
I
a
don't
word,
agree
you
with
can't let that
hate
ruin your
speech.
but it's literally
Dude,
like
Sam Hyde said you showed me that fucking Elon Musk video he made.
Oh yeah.
He said some heinous shit in there.
I know.
And it's like I
I
don't see it as like, you know, edgy or like, you know, like he's a it's funny is what it is.
But no. My whole thing is like, why do you want to be able to say words that are like generally not cool? Like they just make people upset, and you just want the privilege of being able to say it because of because you just
Making
want it.
people upset kinda is fun sometimes.
It's
Guess I'm just
yes and
more
no.
abrasive than you.
It depends on the scenario, but it's like I don't know. I just don't fucking. Why is that your like your ultimate? I have to be able to say this.
It's not that you have to be able to say it, but I think it's more if you have like, let's say the government or some kind of organization like the FCC, for example, or anybody who's like like enforces censorship.
Well, no, but that's
Because it's
censorship.
the
That's
same
not
way
the
with
same
it was the
thing.
same way with George Carlin. Like, he got arrested, like pulled off, like he was in the middle of like a comedy show, and they dragged him off the stage and threw him in a cop car because he said words that were deemed offensive by the government or whatever, the FCC or some shit.
Yeah.
And then I think he or a radio station or something got sued because some guy was driving and had it playing in his car, and his son was in the car. And so it goes back to what we were saying. If your kid's in the car and you don't want them to hear this stuff, don't have it playing around them.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, no, I mean, George Carlin was even like a crusader for free speech, I would say. Dude,
free speech is
oh my
fine,
god,
but it's like you're gonna
George
have consequences
Carlin
to your speech. People
George
are gonna
Carlin
be mad
dropped
at it.
some like heavy
you're
hard
asking people to
R's.
not be mad at this thing.
No, nobody's asking you not to be upset about slavery.
Well, I'm talking about those guys that are like, why are people so upset at just words? It's just like,
well, I'm not
fucking
okay. It sounded like you were. It sounded like you were saying Sam Hyde is one of those people.
Oh no! I'm just saying in general. Like,
if Sam Hyde does say it, it's because it's an ironic joke, and he's actually satirizing the people who do think that way, genuinely.
Which is such a weird line, dude. Oh my god, his sense of humor.
I get it. I do it myself all the fucking time.
Yeah, no, it's more or less like, I understand it. It's just there's some fucking
It's just I think it's more of a way, at least for me, it's a way to cope with the idea that there are absurd as fuck people out there who think that way. And I just cope by making fun of them and impersonating them, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just mockery, right? That's satire and
Yeah.
mockery and yada yada. No, I was more so talking
I
about the dudes that are like,
don't condone people
should stop
saying
taking
that
words
for
so
real.
seriously. Yeah.
I guess it's really the best way I can describe that is like, there are some people out there who think and act that way. And like our jobs as comedians is to normalize talking about it.
Yeah.
Talking about those people and making fun of those people. So those people feel like they can't show their faces in public. Make them feel bad about themselves.
Shame them. Dude, no, honestly.
Uh-oh. Wait, can you hear me?
Yep.
There you are.
Muted?
I don't know what happened. Your screen just flickered
Okay.
green and then your audio went out.
Nice.
Oh, wow, there's a delay now.
Aw.
One, two, three, clap.
No, it's just
okay. I think Discord is gatekeeping the audio there, so I didn't hear your clap. But...
Oh, I didn't clap. I like barely touched my hands together.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You just
I'm
you
good.
just did one of the oh, who was that? Brendan Fraser clap?
Did he? Is that a thing he did?
Yeah. Look up the Brendan Fraser clap. I think he was at the Oscars or something.
Hey, Marty.
He knocked it out of the park, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. No, I just think like horrible people. Like we just need to like.
Ghost! Let's get out of here! We finally got away from that goony miner.
What Daffy Duck did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daffy Duck, Cody.
What was the name of that thing? The Daffy Duck's son?
Wentworth.
Whatever. Yeah. We need to Wentworth. Cody Wentworth.
Anyway.
That's not even what we were talking about. We were talking about people and I guess the
we were just talking about like shitty people in general.
I guess the best way to phrase it is how to differentiate free speech from hate speech.
That's fucking, I don't know.
I think there's a lot of like things protecting speech like that for a reason, because there's a good bit of people who understand that the context of which you're saying words is not classify hate speech.
Right.
Now, if you're like Hitler or the Grand Pumbaa or some shit, that there's a difference there, where you're actually inciting violence against a group of people unironically.
Yeah. Then it's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if you're reading Huckleberry Finn out loud, it's very it's
my
not
God,
it's not the same
have I ever
thing.
told you have you ever read A Raisin in the Sun?
No.
It's play written. So it's
Shakespearean.
you know, I think so at least. Yeah. Where it's like a name and then their dialogue and then there's narration and then uh I one day my teacher, we're reading this book, and one day I walk into class I'm feeling pretty good. And so I decided we're gonna read this. I'm gonna take one of the main characters. I'm gonna raise my hand when she asks for, I don't know, because I haven't really been paying a fucking attention. I've been cooked this whole year, so I'm just like, yeah, let's do this. She asks, who wants to read this guy? I say, I got it. All right, cool. My friend kind of looks at me. I say, what? I said, dude, you read ahead? I said, what? There's about an entire page of dialogue for my character where he is using that that word to its fullest potential. like like an insane amount of times over and over, and I said,
Is that
dude,
why it's called Raisin in the Sun?
well, it's like about like
It's about the
pretty
California
impoverished,
raisins.
yeah. It's about like an impoverished black family, but like it's really good. I don't remember like the whole premise of it, but I remember it having like some really like touching moments for my young brain. Oh, anyway, what else we got on the list, Rooney?
Let me check my phone because I think Cody Co was the only thing I had written down. There might have been.
Yeah, we just didn't mention that last time.
Yeah, I don't know how because that was fucking huge.
Well, I didn't even know it happened. Nobody talked about it.
No,
Like
nobody did
usually
talk about it.
my YouTube news channels, Moist Critical and friends, none of them brought it up.
Wait, let me
I
see
just
if this is real.
never saw anything about it.
Okay, never mind. I hate that when fucking do you ever swipe left, or I guess it would be right, to go see your Google News or whatever, or you get notifications from Google News?
Yeah,
That's how I usually get a lot of
I
my
turned off
stuff.
notifications, but
I
when I
usually
open,
oh, go ahead.
yeah, when I open Chrome, it like just pops up with a bunch of news articles. But yeah,
Yeah, that's how I usually get a lot of my news. Is like I'll get a notification from Google. I'm like, oh, this is interesting to talk about. But a lot of the time, what really pisses me off is like Google should fact check their shit before they send it to me in a notification or on the news tab, because I get a lot of these things that are like official trailer for this, and then I look at it and it's fucking like Darth trailer or something, or you know, things that are known to be fake. I'm like, why are you sending it to me like it's legit?
yeah,
This was for the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. I just saw that on my Google News, and that's why I was like, "Hey, hang on, let me make sure this is legit first." And of course, it's not.
yeah. Of course not. No, it's all fake and gay. You remember Ray William Johnson?
Oh my god, yeah. What about him? Is he doing something now?
Nothing. Just used to say fake and gay a lot.
He did say that a lot, didn't he?
Yeah.
He also had a really shit band.
Did he?
Did you
Oh
never?
my god, you're right.
Yeah,
Holy
pretty
shit.
sure that's the one that got him like shit on till he left the internet. He did come back doing. He came back on TikTok, which is actually a topic. I think today officially TikTok is banned in the U.S.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah, that's today. That's a
Which
pretty big one.
Sierra just texted me when I got up here, 1:36 p.m. So almost 3 hours ago. She texted me, said TikTok is already back.
Big Tech. What?
TikTok begins restoring service for U.S. users after Trump comments. TikTok is restoring service thanks Trump.
Back online after pledge to restore it. Okay.
TikTok said Sunday that it would be restoring service to U.S. users after blocking it the evening before. I thought it was today that it was supposed to be blocked. Because it was January 19th is what they were saying, right? Statement: TikTok said its video platform was coming back online after President-elect Donald Trump provided the necessary assurance to the company's service providers. In agreement with our service providers, TikTok is in the process of restoring service. We thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers that they will face no penalties providing TikTok to over 170 million Americans and allowing over 7 million small businesses to thrive. It's a strong stand for the First Amendment against arbitrary censorship. We will work with President Trump on a long-term solution that keeps. This is just Mark Zuckerberg's speech again.
Yeah.
Oh, this was. Oh, wow.
Well,
I didn't know. So everybody's complaining that it was like the Republicans and shit that were banning TikTok and trying to censor shit. I was like, oh, wow, that makes sense. I never really looked into that, but I just saw in there it said it was a law that fucking Joe Biden made to ban TikTok.
yeah.
I did not know that. I mean, I guess it was while he was in office, but I thought it was like I don't know, Republican.
I don't know if it was his or.
No,
I
it
guess
it,
he
it
probably
did.
passed it.
Let me see. Under a law that President Joe Biden signed in April, TikTok would be banned unless its Chinese owner, ByteDance, sold the company to a non-Chinese buyer. During his campaign, Trump, who had advocated for a ban during his first term as president, came out in support of TikTok, saying he'd save it. That's wild. This entire time I thought it was Trump was pushing for the ban. Don't believe what people say, I guess.
Well, isn't that what we just talked about last episode?
That is what we talked about the last episode.
Everything you hear about. Yeah. Whatever. That's cool though. I didn't really care. I remember seeing like I opened Instagram, like 50 people are melting down about it, and like every other post was about like I have unopened messages on there and I'll never get to see them. And I was just like, dude, I looked it up because I was like, oh, it did go, okay. And then I saw Trump pledges to restore, and this was like 10:30 this morning, so I'm like, you guys have nothing to worry about. Your president is about to go into office and change that. So just fucking hang tight for a second. Like, why are you freaking out that TikTok's what?
Is tomorrow inauguration?
When is no, inauguration is the 20th, right? Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Should we live stream that for the Uncle Bill show? Wait, I just remembered I wanted to go down to Washington dressed as the feminist.
Oh yeah.
No. Oh, you want to make a last minute trip? Call off work and take a last minute trip to Washington?
Jesus Christ. I don't know if I can do that. Where's Washington?
It's in Washington.
The state?
No. I actually did not realize until like probably 2016, 2017 that Washington was on the East Coast. It's in.
Dude, I'm telling you, I thought the White House was in the Midwest. Like I thought it was.
I thought
like
it was.
West Coast or like.
I thought it was in Washington State, like above Oregon.
Yeah.
They need to change some of these names, like Washington
I gotta
State
fix
needs
that
to
one.
be
I was
yeah.
confused for too long.
I'm pretty sure
No,
I was
I
taught
genuinely thought
that
it was
in
in
elementary
Washington.
school, and it just didn't stick. I was like, "Oh yeah, the White House is in
I don't think
Washington
you were
State."
taught that. I'm pretty sure what happened. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
They
I was gonna say,
probably
I'm pretty
just
sure what happened is
they probably just explained it in a very confusing way.
they probably told you, contrary to popular belief, it's not in Washington, the state. And then you went, huh, what does contrary mean? What is popular belief? And then you just got confused and you're like, okay, so Washington, the White House is in Washington, which
What
is
the hell
Washington.
does "duh" mean?
What is A?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell is
no.
a state?
That was I forget when I was way too old when I figured out that, like, oh, the White House is, like, next to me. I
Oh,
live in
dude.
on the East Coast.
Yeah, you can get to the White House in like from where you're at. What 3 hours? 2-3 hours?
Yeah. Oh fuck. I did just shoot my gun for the first time yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And that thing's cool as fuck.
I
Super
thought you
comfortable.
already were messing around with that.
No, I've been meaning to shoot it for a minute now. I was supposed to go to the range like weeks ago, when I got it, but
I've never
never
I've
got
never really
yeah.
had an interest in owning a gun, but so my cousin has oh god, he has a few guns. But we went to the store to pick up some ammo because we were going to go to the range and shoot it because I do enjoy popping some off every now and then.
Yeah.
And I was there. We were there. Where was this? I think it was in the mall somewhere. Oh, it's a sporting goods place. What's it called? Dunham's.
I don't know anything.
It's called
Oh,
Dunham's.
that's something I've never fucking heard of. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna guess.
They had a whole fucking cabinet of guns there. I'm like, oh, neat. They all look like guns. But then I saw this one. It was a fucking Looney Tunes gun, bro. It was that thing. It was the gun that has the bang flag in it. Not actually,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like the way it was.
Yeah.
It was like it was a pistol, but
That
the
really
barrel.
long revolver.
It was the barrel of the pistol was like this long and very thin, and I'm like, I just want to have this gun. If somebody breaks in,
concealed carry.
If somebody breaks into my house, I don't even want to take a robbery seriously.
No.
If somebody breaks into my house, yeah, if somebody breaks into my house, I want to have very deep pockets and be like, all right, buddy, say your prayers.
Are you feeling lucky, Punk?
I get like, I think that's where I am at in my state of mind as far as like not taking anything seriously, because when I shoot somebody who invades my home, I want them to die laughing at the fucking obnoxiously goofy gun I just pulled out of my pocket.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They'll be like,
could you imagine that's the gun you yourself with? Just like cops showed up to the scene, they're like, so look at this. They're all just fucking dying. There's no way. Ugh.
That will probably be the only gun I ever buy. Just because it looks like something like Bugs Bunny would be carrying.
Something you could bend the barrel on and like twist.
Yeah. Uh-oh, bang. That was a goofy fucking gun. I guess before we move on to probably the last thing I want to talk about, unless I think of anything else, John, would you like to bestow some wisdom on the Uncle Bill show? You got any more history to teach us?
History or wisdom, the two don't always coincide.
If they can
That's your bit of
coincide.
wisdom for the day.
Okay, this is wisdom. Teach us some history then.
You want an era or anything?
Did you ever read Plato or Aristotle? The ancient Greeks?
Yeah.
Hardly, but yeah.
So you know of them.
Yes.
You know of Socrates.
See.
Was it
He was the guy that Plato wrote all about. So Socrates never wrote anything of his own. Kind of like Jesus in that regard. Plato wrote everything about him. He was the one that they killed by making him drink hemlock. I don't know if you remember that story. They said he
I
was
didn't know
corrupting
that
the
one.
youth of Athens, and so they killed him by forcing him to drink hemlock.
I didn't know
Did
that
it very
part.
nobly. Anyway, Socrates said the only thing that I know for certain is that I know nothing at all for certain. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why everyone thought Socrates was a wise man. But he'd always piss people off by going into the marketplace and telling people that. That's pretty much why they killed him. They're like, "Shut up, Socrates."
That quote.
They called them sophists.
That quote was like kind of reworked so many times until it got like so dumb.
Yeah.
In what?
The only thing I know is that I know nothing at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there were other philosophers re-philosophied that quote, I guess.
I mean, it's a pretty easy conclusion to come to if you actually think about life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I'm kind of stupid.
I'm an ignorant son of a bitch, aren't I?
Yeah, my favorite quote from Socrates is all we are is dust in the wind, dude. Dust, wind, dude.
I remember that epic poem. That was one of
and then he said
Socrates.
And then he said, "Ah, yes, like the sands of time, so is the days of our lives."
What is this fucking reference?
Did neither of you know that reference?
I know you were singing "Dust in the Wind" for a while.
It was
I don't know where you went from there.
That was Bill and Ted.
Okay, yeah, no, I never watched Bill and Ted, and you know this.
Do I know this?
Yeah. Oh. Well, I just don't watch anything. You should just assume I haven't seen shit.
I should assume that. I kind of
pretty
figured when I said it, and you were like, huh? And I was like, oh yeah, yeah. Of course he hasn't. I thought John might have at least.
Nope, that one doesn't ring a bell for me.
Huh. Two of the greatest movies of all time. The third one, I don't know how I feel about it. It got a lot of good reviews, the third one. I don't know. It didn't.
Came out in 2020.
The third one, yeah.
Wow.
The first one was 1989. Was it 89? Second one was 93, I think, where they go to hell.
Bill and Ted go to hell.
Bro, what's wild is the people who made Bill and Ted, the guy who wrote Bill and Ted is the same guy who wrote Men in Black. And they're just two very different types of movies. You watch Men in Black and then go back to Bill and Ted, and it's like, especially the second Bill and Ted, it's fucking on crack. Because the first Bill and Ted was they have to finish a book report, and they're like dumb as shit, so they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then George Carlin comes back from the future in a telephone booth to make sure that they finish their history report, because the future relies on Bill and Ted being together to write a song in their band to make humanity like come together, like world peace or whatever. So he gives them this time-traveling phone booth to go back in time and gather the people from history, Abraham Lincoln, Socrates, Billy the Kid, Joan of Arc, etc., to come to their high school in present day and explain what their time was like.
Okay.
Which is already crazy to begin with, but then they made a sequel where they're still dicking around and haven't written their song yet. And they live with the medieval princesses, the 200-year-old medieval princesses that they took from their time. And then while getting ready to do the Battle of the Bands on MTV, they were killed by 2 evil robot Bill and Teds sent back in time by George Carlin's old gym teacher, who hates world peace. So after they're killed by the evil Bill and Teds go on to sabotage their life while they have to go through purgatory to find their way back into the living plane. And they end up getting I almost said circumcised, exercised. They get exercised and sent to hell.
Potato.
They get sent to hell, where they either have to spend eternity in hell or challenge the Grim Reaper to a game. And the Grim Reaper's games are actually just Battleship and Twister. And then they beat Death, so Death has to do them a favor, which is take them to God, where God sends them back to Earth, like the living plane, and also pick up the 2 smartest beings in ever. So, like, not just on Earth, but like these little alien chicken nuggets who create 2 good robot Bill and Teds to fight the evil robot Bill and Teds, and then they can write their song that unites the world. But
dude, holy shit!
My problem with the third one is that it just retcons the ending of the second one, and it just
that's stupid.
Yeah. It just kind of ruins it. They retcon the ending of the second one so they can shoehorn in their daughters, who are now the ones who have to write the song that unites the world. And that song fucking sucks, because the song that unites the world in Bill and Ted's bogus journey was "God Gave Rock and Roll to You" by Kiss, but the version with Steve Vai. I think it was Steve Vai.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's so fucking good because it has this like rad fucking guitar solo in it.
Yeah, of course, it's Steve Vai.
Yeah, it's Steve Vai and Kiss, and it fucking rocked. And then they retconned that ending to do some like fucking Imagine Dragons shit, and that's supposed to be the song. Yeah, it felt like Imagine Dragons, but like, I don't know. It was very hard to even hear it in theater.
Gay Imagine Dragons. Sorry.
I think my theater also just has an audio problem, because I had that problem at Nosferatu too, where I couldn't understand Bill Skarsgård at all.
Oh, yeah, you might have like a low end issue or some shit. Like, it's, whatever.
I guess we're in the movie review topics. This isn't a movie review, but I just basically want to. I thought about it because I was listening to episode 1 again, and I want to bring this up because you remember when I was talking about that show Barry?
Yeah.
So you remember how I was complaining about the love interest in Barry? How she's like very unbearable, like a terrible fucking person, but the writers write it like you're supposed to like her, and I couldn't like really. You just finished The Boys, so I think the best way I can compare that is Starlight's arc in season 4 of The Boys is the entire arc of Barry's love interest through the whole series.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
Now that we have that, that's how I can describe it.
Yeah, that's
Other than that, Barry's a pretty good show.
fun.
And it has the Fonz in it. Hey.
Does it?
Yeah, he plays the theater teacher or whatever.
Did you tell me this already?
I don't think I mentioned that.
Also,
he was in it.
In that episode, didn't you say you still have to finish it?
There's like 4 or 5 seasons, maybe more. I only got to, I think I got halfway through season 3, and then something happened. I think I was moving out of that apartment, and I just never got a chance to finish it.
Gotcha. It's I don't know. I'm not gonna watch it. I'll let you, and then you can tell me how bad it is.
I do have to get
or good it is.
It got weird, and it's a complete tonal shift, but I'm still gonna try and finish it. Do you have any movies or TV shows that you've been watching lately?
I just started Castlevania Nocturne.
Is that Netflix Castlevania anime?
So there's there's Castlevania.
I started that one.
And then there's Nocturne, which is the, like, I guess sequel, but I can't tell if I forget because it follows Richter. Whereas
the first one was Simon,
which
right?
The first one was Trevor.
Oh, right. That's why I was confused with it.
Yeah. But this one follows Richter in his youth. So let's see.
Youth as in like young adult or child?
Young adult. He seems to be young adult. At least his voice actor is very young.
I was gonna say I don't want to follow 8-year-old Trevor Belmont learning to become. Or sorry,
Episode
Richter.
1 of that show, actually. Yeah. No, the first one though, was really fucking cool. I really like the way, I don't know how far you got into it.
2 episodes, because for some reason, I don't know if it was my Netflix or if that was the thing, like how they released it, but they released like 2 episodes and then it was like on hiatus after that. And then I was just like, well, I guess they're not making it anymore. And then I never watched it, the rest of it.
I was gonna say, how long ago was that? Because I watched it when I was in college.
That was when it first. Oh my god, this is
like first dropped. Okay,
it was way before I met you.
Okay. Yeah, no, you should continue it. It gets really fucking cool. I honestly quite enjoyed that show.
It was kind of gory, wasn't it? I was like,
I don't know. It's like a little. Yeah, in certain areas it is. Especially.
I just remember it being weird to me, like, because just like I've always associated. It was definitely a darker entry in Nintendo's catalog, but I wasn't expecting it to be as dark as it was.
Yeah. No,
but I do got it. I
don't
get back into it.
Who owns Castlevania? Konami.
Doesn't I think Dick and Vito might have been talking about it on their show, or somebody was, but doesn't one of the Belmonts have like a whole gay sex scene in one of them?
No, but I know what they're talking about.
Unless that was like a joke. Oh, okay, so it is in there.
It's somewhat. Yeah.
It's just a really weird thing to put in Castlevania.
Well, it's not considering the context of it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but
I'll have to see it too. Shit, I gotta pick up.
Like the context makes sense. It's not just a random gay sex scene. Also, if it was just a random sex scene, then would that also have ruined the Castlevania? Or
yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'll still watch it. I just
don't want to see that gay shit.
No, I do. I gotta go pick up another bottle of lotion. I'm all out. For my hands, I've been working a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Like I just changed my fish's tank, like changed his water, and
Yeah.
my hands are really dry.
You
But
should also, it's getting cold. You should get some tissues too, because your nose is gonna start running.
yeah, it's cold. I got to get some tissues because I've been having some like sinus drips, and then I got to get some lotion because my hands are really cracky, and then I will watch specifically the gay sex scene in Castlevania.
Yeah. Specifically the gay sex scene.
Just to see what all the talk's
Oh.
about, Just
Yeah.
just so I can have an opinion on it.
No, like that scene makes total sense in context. Like it's actually there for a reason. It's not just like a random fucking. It actually does more for the story than like some of the interactions that happen. It's kind of crazy. It's not even fully gay. It's a bisexual scene.
Padme blowing Chewbacca actually had some context for the story too. It was to strengthen the relation between the Wookiees and the Republic. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that
because it's not just a sex scene. More shit happens during it. You'd have to see it. I just sound like a schizophrenic, but you have to watch the show, and then you can tell me, that it was pointless, but it wasn't.
Oh, I'm not saying it is or isn't. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
However, I'm just saying, if you're gonna defend that, you can't tell me.
Fucking God.
You can't tell me that.
Okay, but that was in great detail and like.
Yes.
Did you read ahead on that?
You have to. I did. That's why I'm trying to say. I'm saying Padme put a lot on the line. She risked destroying her body and her relationship to her husband to strengthen the alliance between the Wookiees and the Republic.
Basically, God, what the fuck is the word for getting fucked to death? what is that?
Gaped.
No. Are we ending this? Oh my God. Oh. God damn it. All right.
How about you, John? Have you seen any good movies or TV lately?
No, haven't really watched any.
He's Star Wars. What is this?
The Wookiee Strikes Ass.
God fucking damn it. All right.
Yeah. All right.
This has the Discord Nitro.
Fiasco.
The Discord Nitro Wookiee sound effect.
This would be the game to take the audio file from for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's spend the rest of this watching John play Battlefront 2. Oh,
Well,
never mind.
There goes that.
I just got here.
It's been a pleasure.
Indeed.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah. It's been good.
R.I.P. David Lynch. If I learned anything
R.I.P.
today, it was that.
David Lynch, yes.
Yeah.
What a shame. And fuck salads.
How old was he?
Oh,
And Cody Co should be.
he wasn't that old, was he?
He
He was only 78.
Jesus.
I mean, well, you know what? That's the average
Probably
lifespan
1
for
year
a male.
longer than he should have lived.
No, I think the average lifespan
Yeah.
for a man is
Oh.
between 79 and 80. I remember reading that somewhere.
Was
That's
David
1
Lynch like
year.
other men?
Yeah. It's very slim for us men because of all the stress and taking care of women so they can live longer lives. And
You want to pump those numbers down and just start like people who are in their 30s and just getting the average skewed.
release a biovirus that kills everybody off
Yeah.
very young. I'm trying to not use buzzwords that'll
That,
get
that
us
biovirus used to be called war.
war.
Oh,
Goddamn
We don't
Chinese.
we don't really do it like that anymore. We try to use actual viruses.
They don't make them like they used to.
Fuck, what was that? I just remember, speaking of movies, I was I was watching Rush Hour yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So I just got some dinner and I wanted to sit down, or lunch, I guess, and sit down and watch a movie. So I put on Rush Hour. I haven't seen Rush Hour since I was like a kid, like little kid. And fucking, I just love the way, like, it was so on the nose, like really racist.
Yeah. That was like a huge appeal of it.
Like full, like Jackie Chan comes off the plane, and the first thing Chris Tucker does is like, "Hey, hey, Ching Chong, do you understand me? Put the bags in my car. I'm not, slavery isn't a thing in America anymore. Bag, car, bing bong, do you understand me?" I'm just like, these are the jokes. These are the jokes the whole way through the movie. There's not even anything that's like really like clever or well written. It's just straight up, "Hey, you want to hear something funny?" Yeah. Actually,
right.
I'd say the funniest parts of that movie were in the blooper reel during the credits. The movie was still good. Like, it was very well written and everything, but the actual comedy and dialogue and everything aged like sour milk, dude.
Oh, I bet.
I was like, wow, we found this funny at one point. It's just like, I can laugh.
Yeah.
I can laugh at racial humor. It's been done very well. Like Blazing Saddles, to this day, I can still watch it and be like, that's really good. But this was just straight up, like, it had no actual underlying context or anything behind it. It was just like, hey, here's somebody who's different from me. I'm just gonna let me just shout some slurs at him and he'll teach me kung fu. As a
yeah.
Black man learns kung fu. Chinese man learns black slang. I was like, that was
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Oh, dude, I love Beverly Hills Ninja. That one was really good. But yeah, no, literally Jackie Chan's like last lines in there was "Oh yeah, I take you to my crib and I show you my hood." He's like, "Oh, what are we gonna do for 18 hours on a plane?" He's like, "War, dun dun dun, huh, dun dun," and that was it. I was like,
"Oh my god!"
And he's like, "What? You guys know war? That's my music." I'm like, man, this is
what is shite. Oh god. Yeah, man, that's old comedies that were, I don't know. I haven't seen them in a while. Did you watch all of them or just the fucking?
I just rewatched the first one. I don't know if Netflix has. I have the rest of them like on VHS down in my bedroom, but
that's insane.
I got to bust them.
You have a VHS player too. I forgot.
I have like 3 VHS players.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
all
buddy.
Right, Billy.
And gentlemen, I believe our time has come.
Our time has come. It's 5:03. I gotta go finish filming our AA short film so we can get.
Oh
yeah, so we can get that episode out.
Don't let the fans know yet. Don't let the one guy that religiously watches our show know yet.
Well, this isn't going to come out for another 2 episodes after that comes out.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah. So they're not going to know until like a year after they've seen it already. that we talked
You're
about
not
it.
gonna know until mid-August when this episode comes out. Ugh.
It's such a fun time. That it's really fun, like actually getting those shots, like to look professional.
Dude, doing like I want to like filming skits more would be fun.
Yeah, I wanted to like
Doing shit like that would be
push
cool.
myself and challenge myself with some of the shit, and like do like something more than just podcasting. I felt like this was like a good way to kind of dip my toes in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done like a bunch of like guerrilla filming and like school projects and stuff when I was younger, but
Right,
like
but nothing like,
I've never really put a lot of professionalism into it, like actually having like
yeah.
lights and getting the angles right and like playing with angles and shit to like set the tone for different scenes and everything.
Yeah.
Like those outdoor shots, I wanted like the ones we're filming tonight are supposed to be like really surreal, like kind of like a surreal horror that you see now, like an A24 type thing, but with like comedic undertones. Hence, Sugar Maple. She's just gonna be that. Just pops up in the background.
Weird. Yeah.
Really, really set off balance it a little bit. I don't know. You'll understand when you see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. It'll be cool.
Yeah, once I get it all thrown into Power Director here and cropped together. But
Yeah, man.
that's what's on my table for tonight, and moving shit. That's gonna be fun. Alrighty, guys.
Get after it. Oh,
Go get that back. Grab him by the pussy, as they say.
that's what they're gonna be saying for the next
4 years. Yeah. Hey, you remember this? You remember this meme?
The fucking alright.
Alrighty.
I'm getting out of here.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." All right, cut there.
Okay. That was
you said you liked Edgar Allan Poe, so I figured I'd give some. I can do the whole thing if you want to.
Quote the
Good lord. So that is a long fucking
quote the Uncle Bill show. Never record anymore. That's it.
Nevermore.
The
No
final
more
episode
rapping,
of the Uncle Bill
rapping, rapping.
It just ends with
tell Cody Co no more rapping. No more rapping.
No more rapping on 17-year-old's door.
Right.
Just end the show. End the show with John going rapping, rapping, rapping,
rapping.
rapping, rapping, rapping.
Just have a video cut of you wrapping a Christmas present.
It'll just be an hour of me trying to wrap a Christmas present and failing each time.
Eventually, you
with
just duct tape it.
Dubbed over by John going rapping, rapping, rapping.
Upon my chamber door.
I'll have to do that for this year's Christmas special. Okay.
All right, guys. My dogs went out.
Yeah, my dog
They
probably
pinch
wants
on.
out too. He hasn't even been up
Alright.
here.
Yeah.
But Mitzi's been sleeping right over there in the corner, there in the spotlight, baby. Losing her religion. Anyway,
Well, goodbye. I'll see you guys when the fucking world ends tomorrow.
Sounds good.
yeah. Look forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
We'll stream the inauguration on the Uncle Bill show. Okay.
God, that might be. Anyway.
All right. So long,
Goodbye.
suckers.
See ya.
Peace out.
Rapping, rapping, rapping,
rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping, rapping. Wu-Tang Killer Bees, we on the swarm. Wu-Tang Killer Bees.